Friends, following in the footsteps of the recently held masterclass in my studio, I decided to tell you about how I choose shades for compositions that have a lot of colors. We painted a photo reference like this, and as you can see, here we have almost the entire color wheel, both yellows and oranges. There are reddish tones. There is a bit of violet tone. Of course, there are greens, blues, and even cooler ones. Bluish colors, and warmer ones. So when we have so much color in a composition, we need to limit ourselves in the number of paints. Otherwise, the scene will become very fragmented. We will pick many colors from our palette, and it will turn into a visual cacophony of color. To prevent that, I very often try, in such scenes, to maximize the reduction of the number of shades. In this case, we used only 4 colors. Well, maybe 5. Somewhere here in the boat, I added lavender to the shadows, but by and large, the main 3 shades that I used here, these are burnt sienna, rose quinacridone, and a blue shade. Mine is Peacock Blue, but it's an analog, a blue color from Nevskaya Palitra. The thing is, with the help of these shades, we can mix almost any color. Yes, somewhere near the sun, I also used Yellow Ochre, but this is, well, the 4th color is truly important in this composition, the one we need to add. Otherwise, you can mix any shade from what we see here. Based on 3 pigments, 3 colors, all of them are monopigment, so we can mix them, even all 3 together. And now let's visually see how these shades interact. We get color combinations. When we mix them, first let's look at each color individually. Rose quinacridone gives us this very saturated, bright pink color. We rarely see it in nature or in our surroundings in real life. I mean, this saturated. Nevertheless, when the color is bright, it gives us a wide range of other colors, which we get by mixing it with some other shades from your palette. This is burnt sienna, a shade that I also really love. It works well in many color combinations, and in this case, if we mix it with rose quinacridone, we get a very beautiful red color, a red that is just so juicy, expressive, bright. It can be cooler if we add more rose quinacridone. And it can be warmer if we add more burnt sienna. But in this case, for the boat and the more illuminated areas and shadows, I mixed exactly with the help of these 2 colors. I have such a bright blue color. It is very saturated, again, very juicy. And by mixing it with burnt sienna, we get a beautiful green. Let's try. Again, it all depends on the proportions. The green is not very active, not very bright, but at the same time, it is so complex, beautiful, expressive. It seems to me that for some such greenish shades in the distance, it suited me perfectly. In general, I love greens that are calmer, more muted, not eye-catching. So here it was good. By mixing the blue and rose quinacridone, we get a very beautiful violet. Both of these shades are light fast and monopigment. Nevskaya Palitra has a very beautiful violet color, but it is not light fast. That's its minus. Therefore, if I need a beautiful violet, I can mix these 2 shades and get a color that will not fade in the sun and will be very reliable and resistant to fading. Look what a beautiful violet I got! And for such more juicy, bright shades of green, I also used Yellow Ochre. I'll show it here too. Firstly, it is, of course, good for painting the soft glow of the sun. Not too bright, not too eye-catching, but at the same time, we convey the soft sunset glow perfectly with yellow ochre. And, as I said, by mixing it with a drop of blue, we also get a very beautiful, bright, juicy green. But here, in order to get this young foliage on the tree, you need just a drop of blue and a little more yellow ochre. This is the color you get. As you can see, only 4 shades, but what a rich color gamut. All the colors I need here are mixed. And I haven't even shown you yet what happens if you mix 3 shades: blue, burnt sienna, and rose quinacridone. You get a very, very dark, such a brownish brown color, which can be used somewhere even as black. Because if you mix colors with a minimum of water, really resembles a black shade. But it is good where we need to create dark, deep shadows. For example, in this area of the forest behind the glowing tree, we see very dark colors, which we need to lay down in order to emphasize the bright sunlight. This combination of these 3 shades gives a very beautiful dark one. It is not muddy, since I use 3 monopigment colors and it has such a really saturated, pronounced darkness. I hope that the analysis of shades for this composition will be useful to you. Use these 3 colors. I think they will not disappoint you.